What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Shahard. Castle level is a 21. Let's jump into it and take a look. Alright, so a mine right at the front. I'm starting to become a believer that you should put all of your mines at the front or the back of your castle. Currently, I've been testing one in the middle of my castle. That I'll talk a little bit more about when I do my replay video. But basically, being able to heal up off of these mines if you're a knight or a mage is too good, so you really want to put them either at the front like this or at the back of your castle in the boss room. So I think these are fine the way that they are. We have a ton of springboard traps. Well, not actually a ton, but enough. I'll jump onto the first one. It does throw you back, so because of that I can actually build up some stun immunity, which is what I'm going to do, and then I can leap on them. And even if I get thrown, as you can see here, I'll be able to use an ability off of them because of that built-up stun immunity. So that is just one thing that a lot of people don't really understand yet, is that you build up stun immunity as you're getting thrown. So that's why you should never have mouse wheel traps, or not mouse wheel traps at the front of your springboard trap line, and springboard traps that will throw you the opposite direction, you know, back from where you came. At this point, there are a ton of units that are attacking me currently, and because of that, you know, it's a little bit difficult, but it's not nearly as difficult as it used to be when everything is in the boss room like this. Because of the hard cap that's set on boss rooms now, it makes it a lot easier. You know, I only have 1 or 2 Zeeks and then the boss actually attacking me, and I can dodge all of that while I'm just dealing damage to things. So, you know, all of this trap pressure and stuff like that, it's great if the person actually fights around this area, but nobody's really going to do that. They're either going to try to come back, which is going to be kind of difficult, but I still get thrown back into this room, and then I can easily, you know, walk back into here and fight in the entryway, or I can go into the back of the boss room. A little bit less area to maneuver, but it's better for, you know, the time and stuff like that. But I do think that you should, at first, at least push all of your springboard traps in that tunnel going towards the boss room. Because I think the idea here of having someone who's silenced and gets dropped right here, and then maybe having a Zeke hit them, is a pretty good idea. It could lead to some kills. I've seen a few castles who do things like that. I saw one who drops you into like a jelly wall plus silence, and had 2 Zeeks attacking you right off the bat, and I died to that a couple of times until I figured out how to do it. But it's a pretty interesting setup. It's not something that's used all that much, although, I mean, you know, it's everything in the boss room, which it has been used, but the idea of forcing the boss room to kill you like that is pretty cool. But we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, for number 2 we have Reyaxe, castle levels of 22. So let's take a look.
Is this what passes for a castle these days?
Alright, so there's a couple snotters here that are just kind of like guarding the mines. I'm not really sure about that, but that's fine. I mean, it's only 2 points, so it really doesn't matter. But they are skippable, like, you know, I just showed, but it's only 2 points. There's not really much to say about it. And then we have a spike tunnel that looks like it's starting here. Like I've said before, until you get up to like level 24 spike traps, it's a lot easier to just kind of maneuver around these without taking any damage. You know, I still haven't taken a spike hit, and I'm not really being overly careful. I took 1 there, and I mean, I can even take damage and it won't be a ton. I like the idea of smelly warriors here. It's not actually something I thought about when I was building my castle, but it could work pretty well. If you force someone to fight 4 smelly warriors in this small of an area, that's pretty tough to actually dodge all of this, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Springboard trap there. I did actually hit it, but from this area I can like headshot the hunger bot or something like that. This is a good area for a IMAX. Alright, some more corrosive mines. I actually have been gaining more respect for corrosive mines, and that is a Zeke, so it hurts really badly. But yeah, I've gotten a little bit more respect for corrosive mines just because they're pretty good now when you combine them with a lot of other things, you know? And that's actually kind of cool. Your one smelly warrior actually helped your Zeke hit,
down
and it's
nicely.
still helping it hit, just because I hit that bear trap. It brings about some cool ideas for me. I'm thinking if maybe I could do something like, you know, force a bear trap to hit and then have a Zeke shoot you. If I could do something like that with either springboards or, I don't know, that it's difficult to force things like that nowadays. Used to be a little bit easier. Back before Hungerbots got nerfed, you could pull people into things. But I guess when there's a ton going on, it's hard to, you know, look at those small bear traps on the ground and actually, you know, realize you can't walk there. Battering rams are pretty good also in tight quarters because they can, you know, push you back onto spike traps, so that's good. The same problem here is what I was having is if there's any mobs or anything, which it looks like there might not be. Okay, so this doesn't actually matter that much. I was going to say if there's any mobs forward from here, people can heal up off of these mines to full, but it really doesn't matter. If they've made it to this point, then they're probably going to make it through the rest of your castle. So, I do think it's pretty good. I think you have a lot of good ideas going for you. Like I said, level 24 is going to be a pretty big upgrade for you because you'll get those more active panels, you know, one more active panel on each spike trap, which will help actually, you know, hit people more often, a 25% more chance, so that's good. But yeah, we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have dreadlordloki. Castle level is a 19. So let's take a look.
Let's get him, Mr. Pointy.
Alright, so it looks like possibly a fire mine setup. Actually, there are no fire mines over there, so it's a Zeke of some sort. So let's take a look. I'm going to try to hit the first panel just to see which way it's facing. It's pushing you backwards, so I'll build up some stun immunity on this. And now I can get thrown whichever way, and it won't really matter. This stun immunity doesn't matter as much. It doesn't really seem like you're trying to force the Zeke shot or anything. But I'm not really sure what you're actually going for with these spike panel things. I guess you just want them to get kind of thrown around and try to have the Zeke hit them when they're silenced, something like this. But I don't know how often that's actually going to happen. I mean, it's not a terrible setup. You have a decent amount of trap pressure and stuff like that, so it's pretty good. Quite a few well-placed jelly walls and slow mines, along with the Cyclops that pushes you back into this, like this line right here, will oftentimes screw you up, and then the Zeke has a higher opportunity to hit you, so I think that's pretty good. Alright, and then this is going to be a fire mine setup. So let's see how you have it exactly set up. I'm going to heal to full just in case I don't manage to... Okay, so you do have it set up the correct way like that. There we go. Yeah, so that's good. This is set up pretty well. At your level, you should be getting at least a few kills off of that, although level 22 is the big upgrade for fire mines and springboard traps, both. That will result in more kills, you know? Like, if you were level 22, I probably wouldn't have survived that if the fire mines were up there. You can kill a lot higher levels than your castle normally would be able to kill. It's kind of one of those main kill zone areas that does a ton of damage just in that area, but if it doesn't actually work, your castle gets quite a bit easier, because it's a pretty big point investment, 30 or so points, 40. But yeah, your castle seems to be set up fairly well. If you're not getting kills, it's probably just because you're not high enough level. You know, it's pretty hard to kill people at those lower levels. But I think 19 is reasonable for trying to kill a few people. 22 is really good, 24 is pretty good. And that's where I am right now, so I don't know how 26 and above are, but I'm assuming that it just gets better and better, which is normally how it works, just because you get more rooms and more defense points to work with, but the attacker, the amount of potions that they have doesn't change the hit points, they're just kind of going up, but mainly the potions, you know, when you're a level 5 castle and you only have however many, like 75 points to work with, you know, the amount of points per potion is lower than if you were 24 or 30 or something. So that's just the main reason why it's harder to kill people at the lower levels. But yeah, that's number 3, so we're going to end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of your requests, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. Keep in mind I have a ton of requests coming in every day, and it's hard to keep up, so currently it could be 1 to 2 weeks before I actually get to your castle. I'm going to try to do, or I probably will be doing, 2 videos a day for quite a while to be able to help myself get caught up, and hopefully I'll, manage to do that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.